Okay, and we now move on to step 10. And step 10, we need a couple of our bearings and a couple of these MA27s, which are the wheel axles. And this is an easy step. We take our axle, our lower arms, place the bearing in the bottom, take your axle, and it does say put a little bit of grease on, which I've just done, and pop that in. Simple as that. Let me show you again, just in case you missed it. Bearing into the wheel axle arm, push that over, there we are, and we now have the arms in. Step 10 completed. All in under a minute. Okay, we now on step 11, and step 11, I've got all my components ready. So I've got my lower arms here, I've got my main gearbox assembly and motor assembly system here, and we need some of these parts for step 11, which is the MA5. We have the step screws, the 3x14 step screws, a couple of these 3mm washers. We need our drive shafts, 2 of our drive shafts, MA16s, and our screw pins, 3x46mm screw pins, MA7s, 2 of those. And you're thinking, well, what have you got them on this sort of napkin for, John? Well, you can see here a little bit of greasing on the tips here, a tiny amount of greasing, because you don't want this gathering too much dust and ending up like a nice grinding paste as you're running the car. So just a slight bit, as per the drawing, a little greasing, just to make sure that those parts move freely when they're installed. So let's install them. So it's a nice straightforward step really. We're going to take our gearbox assembly, and we're going to take one side, and let's see if we can get this on the video for you. And we're going to take the bottom arm and slot the bottom arm over this section here, okay? And then we're going to take one of our greased screw pins, which is the large screw pins, and we're going to go through the center. And if I can lift it up to you, perhaps it might be easier so you can see. You can see now why you don't put too much grease, because it all comes out anyway. And then we take our screwdriver, and there we go. Tighten it up, but not too tight. Just want to snug, as they say. Now, once you've got that in place, we then need to do this top arm. And the top arm is a simple case of popping in our drive shaft, both sides, bringing our arm here, okay? And then once we've got our arm, we need to get our step screw and our washer. So you pop a washer in the middle on one of our greased step screws. Try saying that when you've had a few. And we're going to pop that through the washer and collect this upright. And then just going to make sure it's straight. There, that's better. And then I'm going to screw that through. There we are. And again, all the way until it's tight. I'll show you again on the other side. And there we have our step 11 completed. Okay, so we move on to step 12, and step 12, we need component bag B open, so I've filled my tray with my parts again, so I'll tuck that underneath there, and I've laid out my parts. Now this is exactly the same as we did in step 1, exactly the same. So it's, again, we need the little 2x8 tapping screws, the MA4s. We need a couple of these large 9mm washers, MA9s. We need our large bevel gears, 2 of those, MA21s. We need 3 of our small bevel gears, MA22s. We need our star shaft, which is an MA23. We need our differential case, and we also need the differential cover. And we're just going to make all these up with the grease and make it exactly the same as we did in step 1. So I'll do this and then I'll fast forward so you can see it in faster motion. And there we are, that is step 12 completed.